If small things are ruining your day, I need you to hear this. It's not that you're dramatic or sensitive, it's that you haven't learned which battles are worth your energy. When everything matters equally, you're constantly drained by things that don't actually matter. In the next few minutes, I'm going to show you how to stop sweating the small stuff and the 3 practices that will help you save your energy for what truly counts so you can finally be at peace. I used to let everything get to me. Someone cut me off in traffic, my coffee was made wrong, a text was misinterpreted, plans changed last minute, and each little thing would ruin my mood for hours. I'd replay it, get worked up, tell everyone about it, and by the end of the day, I was exhausted and irritable. Not from anything big, from 1,000 tiny annoyances that I gave way too much power. Then I realized something that changed everything. I was treating every minor inconvenience like a major threat. My nervous system couldn't tell the difference between someone being rude to me and actual danger. So everything felt urgent, everything felt important, and I was burning through my energy on things that didn't deserve it. Once I learned to distinguish what actually matters from what doesn't, I got my peace back, and my happiness followed. Here's what we're covering. First, why small things feel so big and how your brain is wired to overreact. Second, the 3 questions that help you decide if something is worth your energy. And third, the 3 practices that will train you to let go of the small stuff so you can focus on what actually creates happiness. Let's start with why small things get under your skin. It's not random. Your brain has a negativity bias. It's wired to pay more attention to threats than to good things, because evolutionarily, noticing danger kept you alive. Missing something beautiful didn't kill you, but missing something dangerous did. So your brain scans for problems, and it magnifies them. A tiny criticism feels huge, a small setback feels catastrophic, a minor inconvenience feels like the end of the world. This made sense when we were surviving in the wild, but now, most of what your brain flags as threats aren't actual threats, they're just annoyances, inconveniences, disappointments, and yet your nervous system responds the same way. Heart rate up, stress hormones released, fight or flight activated, all for something that doesn't actually threaten your survival, like someone not texting you back, or your food order being wrong, or traffic making you 5 minutes late. And here's why this matters. Every time you get worked up over something small, you're teaching your nervous system that the world is full of threats, that you need to stay on high alert, that you can't relax. And over time, this creates chronic stress. Your baseline anxiety goes up, your threshold for frustration goes down, and you end up unhappy not because your life is bad, but because you're reacting to everything like it's a crisis. The key to happiness isn't eliminating small frustrations. That's impossible. The key is changing your relationship with them, recognizing that most things that irritate you don't actually matter. They're just blips, moments, and you get to choose whether you give them your energy or not. When you stop treating every annoyance like an emergency, you conserve your emotional energy for what actually deserves it, and you find peace in the middle of imperfection. Now, how do you decide what's worth caring about and what's not? Here are 3 questions to ask yourself when something bothers you. Question 1. Will this matter in 5 years? This is the perspective check. Most things that feel huge in the moment shrink when you zoom out. Someone was rude to you. Will that matter in 5 years? Your plans got cancelled. Will that matter in 5 years? Your post didn't get many likes. Will that matter in 5 years? Usually the answer is no. And if it won't matter in 5 years, it probably doesn't deserve to ruin your day to day. This doesn't mean you can't feel disappointed or frustrated. It just means you don't give it more weight than it deserves. You feel it, you acknowledge it, and then you let it go. Because in the grand scheme of your life, it's a tiny blip, not worth the hours of mental energy you were about to spend on it. Question 2. Can I control this or change it? This is the action check. If you can do something about it, do it and move on. If you can't, why are you still thinking about it? So much of what bothers us is stuff we have zero control over. Other people's behavior, traffic, weather, the past. And yet we ruminate on it like if we think about it enough, we can change it. We can't. So we're just wasting energy on something that's already done or outside our control. When something bothers you, ask yourself, is there an action I can take here? If yes, take it. If no, practice acceptance. You don't have to like it, you just have to acknowledge that it is what it is. Fighting reality doesn't change reality, it just makes you miserable. So you save your energy for things you can actually influence and release the rest. Question 3. Is this really about this, or is it about something deeper? This is the root cause check. Sometimes small things bother you disproportionately because they're triggering something bigger. You're not actually upset about the dirty dishes, you're upset about feeling unappreciated. You're not actually mad about the traffic, you're stressed about being late because you fear judgment. The small thing is just the surface. There's something deeper underneath. When you find yourself overreacting to something minor, pause. Ask yourself, what's really bothering me here? What is this small thing representing? Usually it's a fear, a need, an old wound. And when you address the real issue, the small thing loses its power. You're not ignoring it, you're just recognizing that it's a symbol, not the actual problem. And you deal with the root, not just the symptom. Now here's how you actually train yourself to care less about small things so you can be happier. These practices rewire your brain to stop treating every inconvenience like a catastrophe. Practice number 1, the pause before the reaction. This is the most powerful practice. When something bothers you, instead of immediately reacting, pause. Take 3 breaths. In that pause, you create space between the trigger and your response. And in that space, you get to choose. Do I want to give this my energy? Is this worth my peace? Or can I just let this go? Most of our reactions are automatic. Something happens, we immediately feel irritated, and we're off to the races, complaining, venting, spiraling. But when you pause, you interrupt that pattern. You give yourself a chance to respond consciously instead of reacting unconsciously. And most of the time, in that pause, you realize the thing isn't worth it. You let it go, and you move on, peace preserved. This takes practice. At first, you'll forget to pause, you'll react and then realize later you gave something too much energy. That's okay, just notice it. And next time, try to catch it earlier. Eventually, the pause becomes automatic. Something bothers you. Breath, choice. And most of the time, the choice is to let it go. Because you'd rather have peace than be right. You'd rather have happiness than hold on to irritation. Practice number 2. Reframe inconveniences as part of life, not problems. This is a mindset shift. Most of us treat inconveniences like they're violations, like the universe is doing something to us. And we get indignant. This shouldn't be happening. Why is this happening to me? But inconveniences aren't personal attacks. They're just life. Life is messy. Things go wrong. People are imperfect. Plans change. That's not the exception. That's the norm. When you accept that inconveniences are part of being alive, they stop feeling so heavy. You're not surprised when something goes wrong. You're not offended when things aren't perfect. You just roll with it. It's like rain. Rain happens. You don't take it personally. You don't spend an hour being angry about it. You just grab an umbrella or wait it out. Same with life's little frustrations. They happen. You adapt. You move on. Start practicing this with small things. Your coffee is cold. Instead of, this is ruined, my day is ruined, try, cold coffee. Not ideal, but okay. Traffic is bad. Instead of, this is so annoying, why does this always happen to me? Try, traffic is traffic. I'll get there when I get there. Someone is late. Instead of, how rude, they don't respect my time. Try, they're running late. It happens. I'll use this time to breathe. It sounds small, but this reframe changes everything. You stop seeing life as something that's happening to you and start seeing it as something you're participating in. And when you're participating, you're in flow. You're adapting, you're responding, not resisting. And resistance is what makes small things feel big. Practice number 3, cultivate gratitude for what's working. This is the antidote to negativity bias. Your brain naturally focuses on what's wrong, so you have to intentionally focus on what's right. And when you do that consistently, small annoyances lose their grip. Because you're not operating from a place of everything is terrible. You're operating from a place of so much is good, and this one thing is annoying, but it's not the whole picture. Here's how. At the end of each day, name 3 things that went well. Not big things, small things. Your coffee was good, you had a nice conversation, the weather was beautiful, you finished a task, someone smiled at you, whatever. Just 3 things, and feel genuine appreciation for them. Don't just list them, actually feel grateful. This trains your brain to look for the positive as much as it looks for the negative. And over time, your baseline mood shifts. You're not constantly irritated because you're noticing what's working alongside what's not. And when something small goes wrong, It doesn't overshadow everything else. It's just one thing in a day full of things, some good, some neutral, some annoying, and you can hold all of it without being ruled by the annoyances. Here's what I want you to understand. Happiness isn't about having a perfect life where nothing bothers you. It's about deciding what gets your energy and what doesn't. It's about responding consciously instead of reacting automatically. It's about accepting that life is a mix of good and annoying, and you get to choose what you focus on. We covered why small things feel big, negativity bias, and nervous system overreaction. We walked through 3 questions to decide what matters. Will this matter in 5 years? Can I control it? What's really underneath? And we practiced 3 habits: pause before reacting, reframe inconveniences as normal, and cultivate gratitude for what's working. This isn't about suppressing your feelings or pretending things don't bother you. It's about being selective with your energy. It's about not letting the small stuff steal your peace. It's about remembering that you only have so much bandwidth and you want to spend it on things that actually enrich your life. Not on traffic, not on rude strangers, not on things that won't matter tomorrow. So here's your practice for today. The next time something small bothers you, pause. Take 3 breaths. Ask yourself, will this matter in 5 years? Can I control it? What's really underneath? And then choose. Choose to let it go or choose to address it, but make it a conscious choice, not an automatic reaction. Let me know in the comments, what small thing do you need to stop giving so much energy to? What's been stealing your peace that doesn't actually matter? Share it below. Sometimes naming it is the first step to releasing it. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be at peace. And you don't need a perfect life to have either. You just need to stop treating every inconvenience like a crisis. Welcome to Lightness. This is where happiness lives.